Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to Messy. It's Christina
and Jamie.
And our guest today is I think probably Jamie and I can concur on this, probably one of our favorite people that we've ever gotten the chance to sit next to, across from. And this man, he made a kind of comedy that no one has done, will do or dones ever, because he's fucking Conan O'Brien.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. And one of the nice things is I've already been getting rave responses from you guys were nice enough to do my podcast. And already, I mean, it just dropped a couple of hours ago. And my brother Justin calls me on the phone and told me how much he's loving that episode.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I love that we're keeping it going, because I say on that episode, I want to do your podcast. And so here we are.
And we'll just keep coming back on yours.
Yeah, we are people of our word.
And it's called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, to our audience who knows this man's name is Conan O'Brien.
Yes. Comedian, former TV writer, got on camera in 93. I can provide a biography for everyone in your audience who's listening right now.
This is what we're here for, because Christina likes to start our interviews with a very simple question that usually kicks us all off. So
yes, and I'm going to start that in 2 seconds, because you just said you started in 93 on the show. But when I was hosting SNL for the first time, in whatever year that was, it was like a big hoopla going around you, because you were leaving. You were either auditioning to leave, or you were, doing your thing, or something. But it was like everybody, that cast was like so excited. They're like, we're losing our head writer, but it was like Sandler and all those, Chris Farley.
I think they all knew me. I wasn't at SNL at the time. I had worked there, but I had left and I was at The Simpsons. But then when I was auditioning to, it was nice because everyone at SNL, Sandler has talked about this. They all heard that I might be up to replace Letterman. And the world at large had no idea who I was, rightfully so. I was just a complete nobody. And, but it was nice because all these people at SNL were saying, oh, no, he's going to do a really good job. And they were the only people saying that, because who else would know? No one else knew me.
You were doing like your taped thing at a desk while I was there, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Am I making things up? But
no,
I
you're
remember
not.
It like was a huge deal.
Yeah,
I
did an audition, and I think they all saw it. And
yes, we all saw it.
You would have seen it too, which is cool, which would have been 93.
And I was like, that guy ain't going nowhere.
And and I'll say this, Jamie, you don't know this, but she wrote me a letter to that effect and said, I've watched your audition and you are going nowhere. Signed, Christina Applegate. And then it was, August 1st, 1993. And it was and she sent it framed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I thought was incredible.
Yep. Completely.
Well,
it's why I keep coming back. I love it. The honesty,
it's when she disses you, she writes it out and frames it, which is really nice.
And I gold plate it.
No, but what's nice too is I mentioned this on our podcast and mentioned it again today. I have this, I don't know, like kind of avuncular relationship. With you guys, which is I feel like you were both on my show. You were young, up and coming stars, and you would come on my show. And at the time, I was in my 30s, but I felt very much like I don't know how to put it. I took pride in both of you going out and doing so well. And I would have that feeling sometimes because I would assume the role of uncle, even though I'm not related to either one of you and I in no way helped you achieve anything. I've just had that with certain people over the years in my career, and that includes the two of you.
That's
where
so nice.
You would go on and have all this success and you're going through all these different journeys, some of them quite dark and difficult. But I would think those are my nieces doing a good job. Like, who am I to claim?
Not a creepy uncle. Not a creepy uncle.
Thank you for pointing that out. Because
depends on who you ask, Jamie.
There's
well, if you're asking me, it was all clean.
Yeah, it was. Yes, not a creepy uncle. Well, who can say? I'm sure. But
I don't think I'm that much older than you, Conan. Wait, younger than you. Wait,
yes,
am I even younger than you? I don't even know.
Yes, you are. I am 98 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, so I'm
very proud of my.
We got to share your skincare routine later.
Okay, so we start the show sometimes with this because it's a fun one.
And then can we get to my skin routine later?
Yes.
It involves, Jamie, basically just staying inside for my entire life.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I'm like...
and a very large brimmed newsboy cap, which is what we were talking about
yes,
earlier.
exactly, which I always wear. All right, hit me with your question.
So this is a question that we always ask everyone right at the beginning, and it's this is going to go, before Harvard, which I find not realistic because you kind of seem like a dumb. But I always love to know who's little Conan. Like, what did your shoes look like? What TV shows we were watching? Who are your influences? I'm talking like 8 years old.
Okay.
10 years old. Like, because no one ever asks that. And I love that question. So
I can tell you exactly who Little Conan is. Little Conan is one of 6 siblings. And my mom, this would be late 1960s or early 1970s. My mom was very much, both my parents are very good Catholics. And of course, my mom, when we were really little, when you see photographs of like John and Carolyn Kennedy, there was a certain way that boys and girls were dressed whose parents wanted them to be good little citizens, where you'd wear little brown shoes and you had little outfits that you wore on Easter. And it's very cliched, but I'm wearing that. I have orange hair. My mom would line us all up and bring us into the kitchen, and she had a Sears and Roebuck haircutting kit. And her basic method was basically go straight across bangs, and we comb our hair down and straight across bangs. And I think my hairstyle that I developed, which is kind of a cross between Elvis and I don't know what, the Bob's Big Boy.
Did you guys also sing "So Long, Farewell, Love You"?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was my rebellion against maybe just having a bowl haircut. But all photographs of me in the 70s, up until about when I started getting control of my own hair, up until about 1974, are straight across bowl. I had fallen in the driveway, so my 2 front teeth when I was little died, but they stayed in. So I had 2 brown teeth.
Oh my God, I need this
visual. Real panty dropper, this kid.
Yeah.
Ladies couldn't resist.
Hey, guys, I'm married to a man with 2 missing front teeth. So don't even start with me on that one. So.
Wow.
They can replace them. You know that.
He's punk rock.
Meh? I'll pay for it.
It's his thing.
Okay, all right.
It's his thing. Martine Lenoble.
Just think about when he eats corn on the cob. He's missing out on some vital corn.
Luckily, he does not eat corn on the cob. All right, go ahead.
That's Little Conan. Little Conan is a sweet boy. He's a sweet young fella, despite the monster I've turned into. And
you haven't.
And I think pretty creative. I was not athletic, but I was constantly writing things and writing little plays and conning my teacher into letting me stage them for the school. And it was just the school. The other students loved it because it meant we're going to stop learning math or anything right now while Conan does one of his insufferable plays. And I still have, I think, them in my drawer at home, some of them. And
wow.
I remembered I wrote out the who's in the cast, and I got it backwards. So instead of saying Conan O'Brien as Mr. McGillicuddy, I wrote Mr. McGillicuddy as Conan O'Brien.
Oh, my God.
I screwed that up and got it backwards. But I was very much into this is a real play, and it has to have a list of who's in it and who's playing who, even though there's 3 people in the cast. The whole play lasts 5 minutes, and we're doing it in a gymnasium. So this is little Conan. This is who he was. And he was a middle child, lost, not sure where he fit in the world, but determined to break out. And one day be on a podcast with Christina Applegate and Jamie-Lynn Sigler. And I did it.
You did it. Here you are. Wow.
Do you have a laminator? Because I don't know why. I love laminating things that are of importance. Why am I saying this?
Do I have a laminator?
Because you mean for his plays?
For your plays, so that they don't get destroyed. You got to laminate them.
I'm going to say there's no computer program in the world that could have predicted that question. Coming from what we were talking about. Do you have a laminator?
Do you have a laminator?
I knew you were going to ask that. No, I've never had a laminator, but I am going to go back and soon to because my parents passed a couple of months ago, and I'm going to go back and go into my room, which is filled with junk, and do that process of excavating to try and find everything and rescue it, because the museum will want it one day.
Yes, they will. And I'm so sorry, Conan, about everything.
Oh, my parents lived a very, very long time.
I know,
they
but
stuck
still,
the landing. Yeah, I know. I'm very quick
Mine just passed away, and it doesn't. Nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you.
You get
thank you.
Sad things.
You've spoken really beautifully about your parents, and you talk about how your dad was the dreamer and your mom was the realist, while they were both very accomplished and of service to the world and of people. How did that shape you, having parents like that?
I think the biggest thing that I think parents provide, and this can sound corny and almost like it's from another time, because parents now get so interested in like screen time and, and whatever, I want to make sure that they're
right.
Yeah, whatever, getting everything right and making sure that their diet is this, and this is the latest study on that. And I think ethics, morals are really important. And my parents were very ethical people, and I think a lot of parenting is monkey see, monkey do. So I just saw that my parents treated people well. They were honest. They really cared about being well thought of and treating everybody. I saw the way they treated, if someone came to the house to fix something or clean something or perform, I saw that they would offer them, they treated them with great politeness. And do you want anything to drink? Would you, my mom was constantly getting involved in people's lives and helping them and giving them free legal help. And I saw that, and I thought that was the biggest service that my parents did for me, was they taught me the importance of when you walk into a room, you're not just talking to the star in the room, you're talking to everybody in the room, and who's there, and acknowledge people and see them. And it's just the way everyone should be. And so that was what was important to me, and to model that for my children. And when people ask me, well, how are your kids? I say, you know what? They're good people. My kids are good people. And the world never has enough good people. We just need more of them.
Yeah. And one thing I always noticed about you, Conan, and even in the middle of you're doing the thing and we're doing the thing sitting there. I know people are like, what do you mean by the thing? Just use your
doing
brain.
the show. When we were going to be interviewing you. Yeah, exactly.
Your heart was always really present and loving, and you listened. You were the only talk show host that actually listened to what I was saying. Even though shit is you do a pre-interview and you're supposed to get to these points, you and I never got to them because you listened. And we would just start to talk, but your heart was always, you were the sweetest, the kindest of all of them. Sorry to everybody else, but seriously, the kindest of all of them. And,
I hope the others hear that. And I think it's still true. I think the ones that are doing it today are just monsters. Monsters.
If they don't, she'll send them a letter framed.
Framed.
I can't say that about Jimmy Kimmel. He's one of our buds.
No, Jimmy Kimmel's a great man. But the rest of them, monsters. Monsters all.
Total
sociopaths. Dictators.
No, but it was different with you, Conan. Yeah. And I'm not saying that just because you're on the show. It was different with you.
I talked about this with Jamie with Jamie-Lynn when I ran into her outside. I remember exactly the Four Seasons Hotel, And we talked about this, but it's something that's stuck in my mind, which is it was just after the first year of The Sopranos and everything's blowing up, but you're a kid. You're a kid. And I remember stopping and chatting with you, and what came across to me was, this is a kid. This is a very sweet kid who's going through a big thing, but seeing people for not, oh, that's Jamie-Lynn Sigler. She's on the big show right now, The Sopranos, but seeing who people really are first. And it's, I don't know. I think people forget that because everyone gets commoditized. Everything gets turned into a thing. You went through this, Christina, obviously, where it's, you're on the big hot show. You both have gone through that. And it's only getting worse with social media, but people are turned into a product, and people forget. Then they're the subject of envy, and they're the subject of who are they dating and what are they wearing. And obviously for women, it's a nightmare. Did they gain weight? Did they lose weight? Here's a shot of them without makeup, whatever. And the whole thing is bullshit. It's complete nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. It's all forgotten within seconds. And it's very important for people to remember that, and especially it resonates because you two are going through this very difficult and dark, I hate the word journey, but sometimes there's no other better word. You're going through this, dealing with this disease, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are thinking, but wait a minute, how do famous people get sick? It's like, it happens, they're people. And this is something that happens to people. And so I think we're always working very hard in our culture to separate ourselves, to make people other, to make people, and to put people, someone's dog is disagreeing with me.
That's mine. He's just old and can't see. And
I think he's, I speak dog.
You think he's picking up?
No, I have
saying,
a button that I do a barking sound when I don't like what the guest is talking about.
I saw you mashing a button, and and it's that's great. Instead of a sidekick, you have a dog that just howls into the chaos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
We call him Dandy Dictor.
Oh, no. Hey, that was my nickname for Andy Richter, too.
Was it?
Yeah, no, I wish it was. I wasn't that.
Well, now you have it. You can take that one.
Support comes from ZocDoc.
Okay, I'm going to say this before I even get into the meat of what ZocDoc is, because they have my favorite commercials of all time. Seriously. Like, did the two hockey guys who were like, sweet, and they lost all their teeth? Oh my God. You've seen it, right?
This commercial.
You need to. Okay.
No.
They make, whoever their people are making their commercials are geniuses. Like, when was the last time you needed to go to a doctor, but you pushed it off? I'm too busy. It'll heal on its own. I don't need help. I don't know which doctor to go to. All that stuff, because there's a doctor for everything. Well, at your fingertips is ZocDoc.
It's a free app. It's a free website where you can search and compare the high-quality in-network doctors that they have. You click to instantly book an appointment. You're talking about in-network appointments, right? So you're going to put your insurance information as well, and it's going to find you doctors that accept your insurance. They have more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health to primary care to urgent care and more. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/messy to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/messy, ZocDoc.com/messy. Well, you really do embody who your parents were, and it's what set you apart. And even like with your travel show, that you're going to connect with listeners from your podcast.
Yeah,
it's just,
that's so much fun.
I can imagine, and it looks like so much fun, and it's something that only somebody with genuine curiosity about other people and an openness and a love for others could think to do something like that. So it's like what?
Oh, I am TiVoing that shit.
You know what's that?
You guys didn't get. There's no TiVo. Okay, go ahead.
I know. I was about to say.
I TiVo sounds.
I thought maybe you still had an old vintage like 2002 TiVo, and I wasn't going to mock you and tell you that actually now it's all streaming. I was going to go with it, but you might as well listen to it on your curved top radio just after FDR talks.
I have an 8 iPhone.
I was going to say she does have an iPhone 3 or something. So,
oh, good. Yeah. Oh, good.
But tell us about the show because I'm so excited about it, please.
Well, one of the things that I like about the show, and I've been doing it for a while, I do it now for Max, called Conan O'Brien Must Go. But one of the things I like about it, I did it for a bunch of years before this where I would go to different countries and I would just do it on TBS, and they exist now also on streaming. It's called Conan Without Borders. What I like to do is I like to go to other countries and be in the inferior position, I like to be the one that's being made fun of. And that is my comfort zone. And what's funny is how quickly, I remember going to Ghana. I went to Ghana in Western Africa. And it's really funny. I'm talking to sort of this cultural representative of Ghana, and we're having a chat. And he's basically, I'm asking him, what do you think? Am I going to fit in? And he's more or less talking about how I look ill because I'm so white. And I just love flipping the script, which is I went to a club at one point and I was the only white person in the club and everyone's black. And I thought it's so fascinating to be in the flipped position. I'm the one being mocked. When I went to Haiti, all these young school kids gather around me, these beautiful kids, and I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, and they're all holding my arm and looking at my freckles.
And they're like,
and to them,
poor you.
Yeah, they are thinking, oh, this poor guy. They're beautiful. There are these beautiful black children that are looking at me, and I'm the one who, maybe in the next life you'll get a better shake. And
why is it I just hear, try not to get worried, try not to turn on to troubles that... Sorry.
I think you hear that all the time. I think you hear that all the time.
I think I'm the entire soundtrack of
the soundtrack of your life is
Jesus Christ.
It's a good soundtrack.
And one of the things I love about doing this is I can see you two right now, and there's something that the listeners should know, which is I can see that behind Christina, she's obviously sitting up against, she's got like this nice padded back of her bed, headstop, whatever they're called, backboard, but it looks a little bit like you've been put in a padded cell.
Yes. Well,
it looks a little bit like
ding, 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 ding,
yeah.
ding.
Jamie's not telling people that you were committed some time ago, and you're allowed to have crayons.
An NDA,
Crayons and soft food, and other than that, you're in a padded room.
It is a 6 foot. It's a 6 foot headboard.
It's a big one.
That's impressive.
And apparently Kelly Ripa has the same one because we just did her show. She's like, "Are you in my bed upstairs?" I was like, "Yes, with Mark." That was basically that's how that conversation went.
Mark is such a himbo. He's just constantly sleeping around.
Such a himbo. But sorry, I want to hear. What?
No, so that's just the fun of it, is just traveling around and being, especially now when there's so much America's the shit and everybody better. Mm-hmm. I like to go and make the opposite point, which is I'm there to be mocked. I'm there to, when I go to someone else's country, they're in the power position because they know the language, they know the customs, they know how to be cool in that country. And I love to intentionally give people softballs. We were shooting something in Ireland, and there was this woman who was producing this show, and I was going to be a guest on the show, and we're taping this. And as a total being a jackass, I said to her, I do need to warn you that during the course of us working together for the next hour, there's a very good chance you'll fall in love with me. It's just something that happens when I work with women. And she said, I'll fall in love with you if you can get this right in the next 20 minutes. Like, sort of like you feckin' idiot. And I love that. I love, just being the fool. And it's fun and it's my happy place. So that's a lot of fun.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm so sorry that I hadn't heard of it, but because I watch Bravo all day long. So
there's nothing wrong with Bravo.
No, there's nothing wrong with Bravo, but I just don't know anything else.
What are the reality shows that you guys get hooked on?
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
And I'm going somewhere with this, which is Below Deck, because my wife recently became fixated on Below Deck. There's an Australian one with a new
Down
captain.
Under.
Yes,
Captain
and I think. But my wife loves him.
Yeah, he sent me cookies of his face.
Is that true?
Okay, so check it out. Because I want you to talk, but you need to have a background. I have watched every season and every franchise and every episode of Below Deck since its inception. Every single one. So that's Adventure, Down Under, Med, and the original Below Deck. Every single season. I have slipped into the DMs of many a chief stew. They have become my friends. I'm a total creepo.
I got a gusher here. This is incredible.
Oh, yeah. It gets worse. So they know I'm such a huge fan. They sent me this huge bag from Down Under. And there are cookies of Jason's face and his butt in Budgie Smugglers.
Really? Okay, that sounds to me
and
like
a bunch of other stuff. I think that's all I cared about was
a what smuggler?
Banana hammock.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They're Down Under.
Jamie,
That's what
I'm
they
still
call
thinking of Jamie-Lynn as like too young to understand these things, but
she's had sex. She has 2 kids.
Feel free to explain.
Those kids could have been. She found those children. She did not. Yeah, she still.
I did. Picked them right up.
Conception.
I think he crossed a line by sending you those cookies.
Well, he didn't do it himself, but they.
Oh, please, we don't know that.
He posed for it.
Peacock did.
I'm bringing charges on your behalf.
Please don't.
So my wife recently said, I was like, well, what do you want to do? And she said, I'm so exhausted. I want to lie down. And we usually don't have a TV in our bedroom, but there's one place where we do have a TV in like a guest room. She said, I just want to lie there and watch these Below Decks Down Under. So we're watching them. And I am so glad I don't have that job. Because I can't be in the sun for more than 5 minutes. They work their asses off. They work so hard.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I appreciate about the show is that there's so many shows where they glam people up and they pretend they're selling real estate. I'm not really sure they are. But you can tell they're in hair and makeup for 15 hours. And then they go someplace and they have drinks and it's perfectly lit. What I do appreciate about that show is everyone's working so hard.
Yeah, they really are. Like I'm friends with Daisy, who is the chief stew on Sailing Yacht, and Kate Chastain, who's the chief stew on Below Deck. And
okay, now you're just bragging.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just bragging.
Oh, I'm name dropping big time.
Okay, the one that drops the anchor on Down Under Portugal. It's coming out. I'm his friend.
Down Under Portugal.
Yeah, it's called Down Under Portugal. It doesn't make sense. And it's a special edition that's coming out soon. But anyway, his job is just to lower. They make such a big deal out of lowering and raising the anchor every episode because sometimes it's all they've got. Not much happened. The guests were pretty well behaved. Nobody slept with anyone else. So they'll say, like, it's time to drop the anchor. And everyone gets around the... Right?
But if that gets caught on an ankle, dead. If that doesn't go all the way down to the bottom and gets caught on another line,
I understand.
Anchor, charter
but
season
it
over.
Always goes well. They need to fake ankle.
No, wasn't there? There was one time where a guy got like caught in the
oh my God. It was awful
chain. There was one time where I saw it was slightly dangerous.
Okay, did they get badly hurt or was it just a near miss?
He got a splinter. Anyway. So check it out. So no, it took them 10 hours to get these ropes off of the anchor to get the guests to shore because they couldn't even move until they could get this done.
Then I take it back.
Hours. Okay, it's a really dangerous job.
And I feel terrible. I feel terrible, and I'd like to apologize.
I'm calling my friends right now.
No, hold on. I want to I don't think you did anything. You just made noises with your mouth, and that's not even.
That's the old iPhone. That's what.
That's not even a phone you picked up. That was a bar of chocolate. I believe
of Jason's face.
Yeah, I believe in my heart of hearts that I owe a deep apology to all the chief stews of Below Deck, Arctic Adventure, Down Under, Pacific Rim, all of them. I apologize to all the chief stews, and I salute you. I salute you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Support for Messy comes from Go Pure.
Yes. Listen, I have noticed the little skin on my neck getting a little loose for my liking.
Are you gobbling?
Little gobbly. You took it out. You said it exactly what I was going to say. And I have been spending a little too much time searching for, the right skincare for my neck. I've always searched for the perfect skincare for my face, but now I got to pay attention to my neck. But guess what? I found it. The Tighten and Lift Neck Cream from Go Pure. First of all, I was so amazed at how soft and hydrated my skin felt just after one use. I found myself constantly touching my neck a little bit. The skin in your neck, it's thinner than your face. It's more delicate. It's less oily, which means it requires specialized care. And Go Pure's proprietary firming complex is designed to visibly firm and smooth the skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. In a consumer study, 100% of users said their skin looked more supple and 97% noticed a firmer appearance. That is enough proof for me. It is dermatologist recommended. It's cruelty-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free. It has over 1 million jars sold. Okay, so this beauty secret is no longer a secret, but I'm on board. I'm on board with this full line of science-backed skin and body care to tighten, lift, and smooth my skin from head to toe. They have powerful targeted body creams to deeply hydrating retinol moisturizers. Every product they have is packed with clean, effective ingredients that deliver real results without the harsh chemicals or hefty price. Go Pure over-delivers on value with over 100,000 real women with real results.
So if you want to tighten, lift, and restore elasticity in your neck because your skincare routine shouldn't stop at your jawline, for a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code MESSY at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code MESSY, and you're all set. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask where you heard about Go Pure, tell them it was from our show.
Support for Messy comes from Beekeepers Naturals. Okay, so Beekeepers Naturals' mission is to reinvent the medicine cabinet. And I'm all about that. I'm always cleaning mine out, trying to figure out what cleaner things I could use for myself and my children. And Beekeepers' mission is to merge modern science with natural medicine to create clean, non-toxic products that actually work. They represent an alternative to big food and big pharma options, prioritizing natural ingredients and proactive solutions that support true well-being. So like I said, I'm trying to clean up my medicine cabinet, replacing the toxin-filled conventional products with more natural options. And what I've landed on from Beekeepers Naturals is their Propolis Immune Support Throat Spray and their Propolis Vitamin C Liposomal. They are must-haves in my medicine cabinet as seasonal germs take a hit. I've got little kids that touch everything, that touch everyone. I take the throat spray as part of my daily routine for proactive immune support, and I take the vitamin C liposomal for a dose of supercharged support when I need some extra defense. Spring allergy season is here, right? So I also stock up on my favorite Beekeepers Naturals products like their nasal spray, their sinus support. They also have a kid-friendly version, which I use with my boys, their Kids Saline Nasal Mist. It's just in time for pollen season. It's super soft. It's super gentle. My kids will actually use it. They don't protest. Okay, so don't wait until you're under the weather or facing seasonal allergies. Use products proactively. Get your defense and support system up through your immunity through the spring and pollen season. Beekeeper's Natural Sinus Support products are some of my medicine cabinet's must-haves to help us stay clear of spring sniffles and seasonal irritants like pollen.
So today, Beekeepers Naturals is offering you an exclusive offer. Go to beekeepersnaturals.com/messy or enter code MESSY to get 20% off your order. That's, oh boy, I gotta spell it out, guys. Stick with me. BeekeepersNaturals.com/messy or enter code MESSY. Beekeepers Naturals products are also available at Target, Whole Foods, Walmart, CVS, and Walgreens.
Well, I'm going to take us back from before to before. When we're talking about your curiosity, do you feel like that it has been what has really served you in times in your life, in your career where you've had to, and Christina's going to make a noise when I say this word, pivot?
Yep. Pivot! Yes, definitely.
Because you've had to do that.
Yes, I've had to do
multiple times.
I've had multiple times in my career where things kind of blew up or went sideways. And I think a couple of things helped me. One is, and I credit my parents, I know who I am. I'm not one of those people who's confused about who I am. I know who I am. I've had the same friends for 30, 40 years. They are my friends regardless of what happens in my career. They don't care in a good way. And that has helped. And also, I like to make the stuff. So that has helped me a lot, meaning I like to make things. So if no one's watching, I still like making things. If everyone's watching, I like making things. That's it. I mean, I enjoy the process. I love working with talented people, and I've always been lucky to have talented people around me. So there are all these ways that I've been fortified and just very fortunate to have this community, and that has helped me. And I think, I am curious about, what would it be like to do a podcast? What would it be like to go to another country? And could we film in Cuba? Turns out we could, even though we sort of went in illegally. And there was a time there where I thought we might get arrested at the airport. But I enjoy that. I did an independent film with this great writer-director, Mary Bronstein, that's going to come out, that's been getting great notices. It's Rose Byrne is the star.
Oh, awesome.
And she's amazing. And I have a smaller part, but we have a couple of intense scenes with each other. And I got scared. I worked really hard. I'm not an actor, but they wanted me for this one part, and it's an A24 film. And I thought, all right, I'm just going to really try to not get in the way or mess this up. And so went to Sundance with that and did that thing where I entered. And so
Cones.
I like just trying things and seeing what happens, because you get to a certain point, and you two have the perspective on this, where you realize that you think things really matter, but they don't matter as much as you think they do, because life comes along and hands you other stuff. And so why not? I mean, why not try? Why not get in there? Yeah. And if you make a fool of yourself, you think everybody's watching and everyone cares, but the dirty little secret is that most people just care about themselves. So, and even if they write a nasty thing somewhere, that just disappears into the ether. And if you choose to pay attention to it or find it and read it, that's on you. That's not on them. So just try things. And that has helped me a lot.
I kind of have a question on that, Conan, because it's interesting to me because, I think I told you many moons ago, like probably 30 years ago, that like your show was like my the last thing I was allowed to watch at night. For me, I was an adult person. It was like, okay, you get to watch Conan because it's such a joy for you, and then lights off. It was like I was, my own parent. And it was the perfect time. I got the perfect amount of sleep and stuff like that. And then when all the, the Tonight Show stuff and the debacle, and I know you've spoken about this ad nauseum, and
No, it's okay.
I just want to know, like you had like the perfect, now this is just me, the perfect ingredients, the perfect niche. You're like, everything was right there. And I know the Tonight Show's like that thing when you're a kid, you're like Johnny Carson and like that. And oh my God. Let me ask you a question. Like, what was the pull to kind of, I mean, I know what the pull is, but I want to know what the pull is, because you had your thing that made me really happy, because I didn't like watching TV at 11. I like watching you.
I think you need to move on at a certain point. And so I had done the late night show. I started it when I auditioned when I was 29, got the gig like a week after my 30th birthday, and then did it for 16 years. And I'm 46, and there's a chance to change it up and do something else. And I very much wanted to try that. And then, so I had no regrets about giving it a shot. And when, for all these complicated reasons, it blew up, I was deeply upset and thought, I'm in real trouble and this could be the end of my career. But lo and behold, this thing called the internet rose up, and I got this huge groundswell of love and appreciation that I didn't even really expect, because when you're doing a show like that day in and day out for 16 years, it's submarine duty. You don't really get a chance to understand fully that there's a generation of people out there that have been watching, and they all knew how to use, they're younger than me, they know about the internet. So they all got on social media, and it was this big thing. And then,
wait, but before you go into that part, because this is what I want to understand.
Yeah.
Your type of humor is, for lack of a better term, smarter than what was on at 11,
Right.
Like, you kind of had older people, and like, for me, I was like, why would you
ever want to,
why would you want to saturate your thing that you created? Like, your silly little string dance, which was so stupid, but perfect and amazing. And we all loved it. It was really stupid.
I worked with Bresnick for 7 years on that.
Okay. Do you remember that picture I had made for you anyway?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Blah, blah. But I just wanted to go, like, would you have to then saturate that? Would you not saturate?
My thought was, no, you don't. And then some people said, well, no, you do. And my feeling was that television's different than it was. Even then, in 2010, television's different, which is there's no such thing anymore as people can't handle this in this time slot. I just don't believe in that. I think that television grew up. The medium changed, the technology changed, so that people were watching weird, crazy, strange comedy on all these different platforms. So, if something happens at 11:30 on NBC, people can handle it. And if they can't handle it, they need to move on. So that was my attitude a little bit. And I took that to TBS, which was, I'm just going to keep doing the things that I need to do.
Ouch.
And
I'm being attacked by a cat. I'm sorry. Keep going.
That's okay. These things happen on podcasts.
So
dogs
terrible.
Dogs yell. Cats are randomly attack one of the hosts.
No, but I want to hear about what you're saying, because I think what you're saying is, it's actually very educational for me, because I was like, why would you, like, it was so perfection to me.
Well, I think
because I'm
there's
such a huge fan.
You need to evolve. You need to keep changing. And sometimes it's a mystery to people around you. But if you don't, you just start to rot. You do. And that's the one thing that saved me, is that I'm very restless and willing to change it up. And the idea of doing one thing for 35 years in television and getting a gold watch and leaving just sounded awful to me, and still does. Although I'd like the gold watch. And the gold watch would be great.
Gold watches are nice. But let me ask you, because...
Jamie, you could get me a gold watch,
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
I got you.
David, I'm talking to my assistant now. Make sure you check the mail every day.
Okay.
It's gonna come,
I can't afford a gold watch because I can't work anymore.
Listen, I don't care about your. I don't care. And
that's not his problem.
I've got a disease.
That's not his problem.
That's not my problem. You two are going to each of you are going to cough up. That's 2 gold watches. David, check the mail every day. Okay. All right. And then I want them appraised immediately. And then I want to sell them on eBay. Okay, go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, so there's moments in life where we can feel that we need to evolve and make a change. And then there's moments in life where we don't get to decide and we get a handout or a decision made for us. And we have to choose how to react and how to move on. And first, I want to acknowledge in preparation for this interview and like going back and even watching your 60 Minutes interview.
Mm-hmm. So good.
The way that you were so incredibly honest and real, yet respectful is such a fine line to walk. And I really admire you for that. And I think what you said earlier, really knowing who you are, like that's the goal for everybody.
Yes.
Because if you know who you are, you can really handle almost anything.
Well, here's what I'll say. Having the two of you talk to me about how I've handled a difficult turn of events is absurd because we have talked, at length about what you two have been what you've been handed, and it is, always having perspective, always looking around and looking at what other people are dealing with. What I'm dealing with or what I've dealt with in my career is not 1/1,000,000th what the two of you are handling with a lot of grace and humor and openness and making what you've been handed a service to all these people who can listen to you. They know who you are. You're iconic, famous women who've then been handed this really shitty card, each of you, and you're saying, okay, this is what happened today. This is what I'm dealing with now. That is a gift you're giving people. And I think also, I'll take the risk of saying it's a gift you're giving yourselves because my guess is there are times when you're in situations and you can be self-pitying and then you realize if I pay attention, there's something good here. I just don't know what it is. And I don't know if that resonates for the two of you.
Mm-hmm. But I always think heartbreak is heartbreak. It's like sometimes I go into that state of like, can everyone just shut the fuck up because what I'm going through is worse? Mm-hmm. But heartbreak is heartbreak. Mm-hmm. And you can't take that. People can't walk around being like, oh God, this really hurts me. But so-and-so's doing that over there. So I should just shut up. It doesn't work like that. That's the perspective thing that you were talking about too.
When we were kids.
What did they say?
Parents used to always say,
got to eat your food.
If you didn't finish your plate, there are kids in China that don't have any food.
Right.
I actually heard my parents say that.
Yep.
There are kids in China that don't have any food. And I remember thinking, well, that's not my problem.
It's not your fault.
Yeah,
right.
But that is a bit of a, of course, you can always find someone who has a more difficult situation. And that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to take care of yourself and acknowledge what you're going through. So, it's a very tricky thing. And none of us, we don't know what we're going to get handed. I turned 62 a couple of weeks ago.
Oh my God, happy birthday. And no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. 42.
Liar.
32.
No, 72.
That's
what
22.
I was getting at, you fucking asshole.
I am born in April 18th, 1963. I am a 62-year-old, extremely white male. And I I'm very aware, because already at this age, you can start to lose people. And I've been very fortunate not to lose too many people, but I've lost some. And you start to do the math in your head and go, oh, okay, I really do have to enjoy today. I have to find things about today that are good, and I've got to stop worrying about this bullshit. And I think it's like stomach crunches. You don't achieve nirvana. You don't achieve everlasting wisdom, and then you're set. You have to go at it again like 20 minutes, because 20 minutes after having some great perspective, when my parents died, and having this great perspective and feeling like I see now the circle of life, and my parents are gone and they went within 3 days of each other, and now I understand. You're always 20 minutes away from, God damn it! God damn it! These aren't the cheddar cheese crackers I asked for. You know,
or that
whatever.
Smoothie, or that smoothie that you didn't like at your...
That's right. At your hotel.
Exactly.
You have to live at.
If it's the wrong smoothie... I mean, I'm sorry.
It's like barf juice.
But
if it's bad, it tastes like it's barf juice.
Yes, exactly.
Terrible. But you talked about that when we were on your podcast, about perspective as a muscle.
Yes.
That you have to work at. And I think that one of the things that I have tried to work at with this experience, and what this experience with living with MS has allowed me to do, is we never know what's coming at us in life.
Mm-hmm.
Both good and bad. Like, I don't know how this is going to end.
Right.
I don't know where this is headed. But what you can do, and what you've done, and what we're trying to do here, is let it be a catalyst for something great. Let it be the catalyst for our evolution and our growth. And I don't know what my life would have been like without this, but I feel like I can see that there's a lot of things about the perspective that I have that...
Can I say something, Jamie?
I would be missing without it.
Without it, better. Sorry.
You think it'd be better to not have MS?
I'm raising... Yeah.
That's a very controversial statement.
But I love you, Jamie, but life...
Look.
It would be better.
It's... For sure.
Okay, that's fine.
In hundreds of ways, but there's maybe 3 or 4...
Right.
That are very valuable.
Right.
That I found. And, it's what I have to come back to. I don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Because I have children, and I have ambition, and I'm just trying to figure out how that plays into my story, because I don't know what's coming next.
Yep.
And yes, I'm going to be pissed if my kid comes home later and didn't eat his lunch, and I'll, that he bought the school lunch, but I'm still going to have, appreciation and frustration and all of the things throughout the day. But I too find it a great welcomed challenge to work at this perspective, because you try to then figure out how it can fuel your art and your service and the things that you want to do in life.
Unless you go to Sadie's school and they give you like pesto paninis at the grill.
Well,
then you'd rather her eat the food there.
I went to this public high school. I went to the public school system in Brookline, Mass, when I was growing up, and then my high school. And so imagine, it's a public high school. The food was the food. This is the deal. And then they invited me back years later, when I was a known person and famous, to donate money to the school. And I thought, donate money? It's a public school. I thought the taxpayers. And they were like, come on, and cough up some money, Conan. And so I said, they took me on a tour of the school. And
is that what they said? Cough on some money, Conan.
Cough up some money, Conan. And I said, okay. And so I went back for this thing, and they gave me a tour of the school. And the school was so much nicer than when I had been there. And they made the mistake of showing me the cafeteria, and they had a sushi bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a public high school. And they were like, and here's our sushi bar. And I went, and you want money? What if I take this money should go to like an inner city school that needs computers and books? And they're like, well, we were thinking of just doing a raw bar next to the sushi shop. So I don't know. They lost my sympathy there, but
rightfully so. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. Why BetterHelp? Because mental health awareness is growing, but there's still progress to be made. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey said that they have avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. Guys, it's 2025.
Yeah.
We all seriously need some help within the mental health department. Let's talk about this. We went through a pandemic. We stayed at home with our loved ones, with no escaping them. Now, I'm making jokes, but that can cause great mental health issues. Then go back 30 years of your life and think about all the things that you've stuffed down. We're at a time right now that you cannot have judgment. In fact, I judge if you don't do it. If you're not doing it, you're not taking care of a really huge part of who you are, which is your spiritual, emotional self. So let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break this stigma. The world's better when people are healthy and happy.
Amen. And we have talked greatly about how therapy has helped both of us individually at many times in our lives. And BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, which makes it affordable and convenient, and they serve over 5 million people worldwide. You just go online, you fill out an easy questionnaire, they'll match you with a therapist, and if you're not vibing with that therapist, you can easily switch anytime at no extra cost. And we're all better with help. So visit betterhelp.com/messy to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/messy. Support for Messy comes from Sleep Number. I'm here to talk about Sleep Number smart beds. You know, the beds that are made to adapt to your changing needs from day to day. If you've got sore muscles, if you're waking up too hot, you can use the science of your sleep where they will effortlessly adjust to optimize your comfort. So whether you're needing it softer or firmer, cooler, or warmer, you can enjoy your best sleep because it's just right for you. And when I say this, this also means I can do it on your side of the bed. If you've got a partner, if you've got somebody you share a bed with, you don't have to compromise. You can do things the way you like it. I like my beds a little bit firmer than my husband. He likes it a little bit cooler than me. And with our different Sleep Number settings, we can achieve what we like. And when I am out of town, whenever I am sleeping somewhere else, I am craving my bed, which makes me realize just how amazing it is. And the 3 smart reasons why Sleep Number is made for me and probably for you is because, like I said, you can personalize your comfort, your side, your firmness. You can change it whenever you like, and you can stay cool with their Climate Series smart beds, which cool up to 20 times faster than a leading competitor. And it helps you stay asleep. Rest is so important for us, you guys, and it will respond and adjust to you and how you sleep all night.
So why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? So that you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. And now it's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. So listen to this, up to 50% off. Limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
I have a question about MS, which is, are they, I would like to know more about it. Are they making progress? Is there hope for you guys? Do you have hope with any work that's being done in the scientific community, something that might be coming along that might lessen the effects of the disease, or what's going on in that world?
I think that when you live with a chronic illness, you have to figure out how to have some hope and be open to, and I have been witness to people that are tireless in their efforts and their research and in their work. They want so badly to help people like us that are living with diseases like this. I've seen it firsthand, and I wish it more even for them than for me that it comes to fruition. But there also has to be a level of acceptance that we have that this might be what it is.
Mm-hmm. And responsibility of the way that we speak upon it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And, because it's like, you don't want to add any extra layer of heartbreak, right? Of like holding out for hope to something that might not happen. That being said, I mean, modern medicine is magical. I've seen, like, I was even talking about it to a friend of mine yesterday. My dog, a month and a half ago, we thought was dying. He could not use his back legs. He had no energy. We had to carry him outside to go to the bathroom. He got this shot, shout out Librela, or I think is what it's called. He's a new dog. He's walking around. And I'm like, I'm literally looking at how medicine changed my dog's life at 16 years old. So to not believe that there's something that could possibly help us and our bodies is crazy. I'd like to believe that, but at the same time, I am not holding my breath.
Yep.
Waiting for it to happen. Does that make sense?
It feels like it's a balancing act between
it is
holding space that there might be something that comes along, but also not going too far with that.
We don't like the word when someone says they're cured. That really upsets Jamie and myself, if I don't mind speaking for you, my love.
Yeah.
But
do it.
You've been living with this for 25 years. As far as we both know, there is no cure.
Right.
And it's degenerative. But we do have these beautiful things, these infusions that slow progression. And that's all we want.
Yep.
We just want to be around for longer than our predecessors were. That didn't have those things.
Quality of, I would imagine.
Some quality of life, but people even 10 years ago were dying from this because they didn't have these medications. So yes, there is an advancement with this stuff, and we hope that it gets better because the more they learn about it, because they still don't know why it happens, Conan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They have no fucking clue. They're getting close to some ideas, right, that are trickling around. But unless someone says, this is the deal, like, you get lung cancer from smoking too many cigarettes, but except for if you're some people that just
get it,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So then you go into that thing in your brain of like, well, now it's all Pandora's box, but we're just waiting for like someone to go, okay, we got this part. Now let's try to solve that.
Yep.
At least for future generations and for future people. I mean, we don't know, but for now, there's no such thing as a cure. And there's no such thing as it just going away. Now, we can make our symptoms better.
Yep.
And we can get stronger. Some days we just don't want to. That's my deal.
Right.
Jamie's like in the gym. She's like my Gandhi. She's my everything. She's my positive to my complete
it's part
negative.
of my stubbornness, though.
I know.
It's also part of my stubbornness. Like I've been in a race against this thing, and I'm not. I'm gonna be as well as I can.
You can't race, sweetheart, because you can't run.
I know, it's so shitty.
Sorry, you can't run.
But
this is how we joke with each other.
Right. Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
Jamie's the stubborn fighter, and Christina, you're the one saying no.
No, I'm saying I'm not getting out of bed today because I don't feel like it and it hurts too much and I don't care.
Well, I say that and I don't have MS. I say
then
that all
you
the
should
time.
come over and with your wife, and we're gonna watch some Below Deck Down Under together.
Oh my God, she would take you up on that.
She could just come on her own. You don't even have to be here, although I love you to death. But we could just watch hours upon hours upon hours.
People that have met my wife suddenly don't care if I'm around.
I did see that. She was in your 60 Minutes interview, which I know was from quite a while ago. But
no,
she just seems like way cooler than you.
Yeah, my assistant Sona said. My assistant Sona said, "No, you aren't." My assistant Sona said once, "Liza's the only part about you I like."
Oh, that's good. That's who you want to marry.
I did the right thing. I did the right thing.
Did.
But no, I think you guys are both. It's a balancing act, and there are good days and bad days. And then I think the amount that we don't know is staggering. I always try and remember that. We don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean. I mean, with all of our scientific abilities, they're still saying stuff like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's, yeah. You'll talk to someone and they recently have been finding like, oh, look at that fish. Never saw it. They don't know. And that's the ocean. And so understanding things on a molecular level that are happening in our vastly complex bodies is very complicated. But there's always, like I say, I think, whatever you're struggling with, there's some people out there that are working day and night to try and figure out a way to make you more comfortable, not cure it, but make it something that you can live with.
That we don't die from. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to say that's most important part of this before we go into other things, I wrote down avuncular because now I'm a word nerd.
What a great word.
Okay, hold on. I'm a word nerd.
I knew you loved that.
And
the second he said it.
Did you see me write it down and like flipping out? Because I was like, I don't know that word. And I have an etymology dictionary next to my bed because that's how nerdy I am about words. I love it. I love the origin of words. I literally have never heard avuncular. So it's been written down. So I have homework today.
Avuncular is a good one.
It is a great word.
And also stresses that I'm not creepy around women. I think that was the point of it.
We established that earlier, but continue to further prove that.
I just want to double down on that the kindly uncle that comes by every now and then. And
stop with the uncle. God.
That's avuncular.
Yeah.
I took us down a bad path.
To close that combo out, I think, all we can do is what we can do. And for me, one of my main messages that I was like, I'm still despite my disability, I'm still capable of so much. And I try to prove that to myself every day, but also to the world because I want to act. I still want to pursue my dreams. And the only way that we can do that is by educating people about this and speaking out about this. And because there's a whole community of people that, we hear from listeners where they're afraid to disclose that they have MS for fear of being fired, which was my fear for, 15 years or things like that. We're still very capable people despite our circumstances. And I think that that's a big part of the service that we're trying to do with Messy. So thank you for being curious and asking us about it because I think that means a lot.
It's our interview of him. We need to.
I know,
him.
but he asked us.
Okay,
but that's Conan. This is who he is, right?
Yeah, I'm an interviewer. I like to flip it around. And now this is my podcast, and now this is going to air on my network, and I'm going to strip you of the title Messy and make it episode 2 of
Messy with
Conan
O'Brien.
And then this is Messy with Conan O'Brien. And
Dandy
any
Dickler.
ad you hear in here, the money goes to me.
Oh, you don't trust me.
You're already getting gold watches.
Honey, you can't live on what we're making for our ads right now. So
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck with that.
Well, I just wanted to ask you, so you just said that you acted. Was that the first time that you've acted in a film?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think what the most acting experience I've had is in sketches. If I'm playing a reality and it's a sketch where it was really important for me to play the reality of something, I would do that. Acting was not really a goal of mine, but and I tried to talk the writer-director, Mary Bronstein, out of including me in this, and she was dogged. She was like, no, I know you can do this. And so I did it, and people were happy with how it came out. Is this something that I want to continue doing? I don't know. I have a lot of respect for real actors. I mean, I like to play the guitar, but when I see a real guitarist, I know that I'm not a guitarist. And when I see what actors do and the preparation they've had and the work they've done and the education they've had, I know that if it has to be just the right kind of thing that I could slide into, and other than that, I'm really not an actor.
Is there anything else that you have, like, you've always wanted to try or do that's still out there for you?
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before, but if there was a juicy part in like a Broadway show that I could do.
Oh my God, you could totally be like Nathan Lane.
Well, exactly. I'm a shameless. I'm a shameless. I have that, and I'm not Nathan Lane, who was on this podcast recently and who I adore, but I have that. I can play to the back row of the biggest theater. You can put me in a stadium, and I will try and get to the last person. I have that thing.
Oh, you're the new Nathan Lane. I'm putting that out there. Sorry, I don't know if you want to be the new Nathan Lane, but I'm feeling like
first we have to tell Nathan Lane he can no longer be Nathan Lane.
Quirky and wonderful and physical, and you have all that stuff.
If there was it was the right thing.
You could do the string dance.
Yes,
and we'd work the string dance into it. I mean, and I'm just putting it out there that maybe Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, wow.
Raisin in the Sun.
You're very Irish.
I just, I know, but I think it should be colorblind casting.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
And I just, but I always think, you're always looking for new experiences and to have that ritual of once the show is up and going where I've always been fascinated by the idea of I have my little apartment on the Upper West Side, my little tiny pied-à-terre. I go downstairs, I have coffee, I walk around during the day, I run some errands, and then, better get to the theater.
Oh,
it's
you're
4
going to love
o'clock.
it.
I need to put my makeup on.
I can't wait for this for you.
I love old time. I love dressing rooms. I like makeup. I like people backstage dressed in horse costumes. I like that show business.
That's vaudeville, sweetheart.
Well, I know, but when you think about it, that's what I did for almost 30 years was vaudeville. Yeah. Backstage, there were always people. There were chorus girls and people dressed as ostriches, and there was really weird comedy where there were like 35 extras backstage dressed in completely different outfits. There was a band playing, and then I'd come out and go, all right, everybody, welcome to the show tonight. And then I'd be interrupted in the audience by someone in a beekeeper's outfit. And there were musical numbers and guest stars. And I loved every second of it because I am a vaudevillian. I'm completely out of time.
I love this so much.
I remember when I did, I came on the show to promote Sweet Charity, and I had my broken foot. And you literally you went, you're a real trooper, kid. And you did the thing with this, like a fake cigar.
You are a trooper.
A real trooper, kid. And that's vaudeville.
Yes.
That's what you did. Like,
you broke your foot, and you go like, I got to get out there. I'm booked on Conan.
Get out there.
And I'm sure someone said, no, you shouldn't do that.
No.
You broke your foot, and you need to get out of my way. I'm booked on Conan, see? And that's how you talk.
It's all in the book,
then.
Sweetheart. It's all in the book.
It's all in the book.
Okay, you explain to him what's happening.
Okay.
We want to let you
go.
So
we want to we don't want to take up any more of your time, but Christina does this cool thing where we ask our guests to tell us your 5 favorite movies. Don't think too hard about it. Just like 5 ones that they don't have to be the 5 favorite, but 5 that mean a lot to you, you've watched many times, that have been influential in your life, and she's going to do some weird thing and then basically tell you everything you need to know about yourself from that.
All right. Well, this might be boring, but Godfather 1, Godfather 2, those mean a lot to me. I'm going to say any one of the Pink Panther movies. I'm not going to get too specific, but Peter Sellers as Clouseau.
No, I know who Peter Sellers is.
I'm just saying all I care about is Peter Sellers as Clouseau. And so it doesn't even have to be specifically which movie, but probably the scene that starts in the gymnasium and then he tumbles down the stairs and immediately begins and falls into a room where he conducts an interview of his staff in an English manner that is an entire education
not being there.
In comedy.
No,
not being there.
No, not being there.
And I like being there, but I'm just saying if we only have 5, it's Godfather 1, Godfather 2,
anything Peter Sellers.
No, not anything Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers as Clouseau, and specifically that gymnasium scene where he tumbles down the stairs.
Okay, well, I don't know the movie, but that's okay.
Well, we're going to find that out. And then I would say a movie that I thought is more recent, but it speaks to me is The Unforgiven, a Clint Eastwood Western that he made that's a very unusual film.
I need one more, because God 1 and 2 that's one movie to me.
Okay. You're a terrible person. Awful. The way you berate your guests. I wish Jamie would step in and stop you, but she doesn't.
Sorry, I cannot allowed. I'll get hit later.
She
lives in a different state.
There's a lot of physical abuse on this podcast. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle Dandy with Jimmy Cagney.
Okay.
And
that's 5.
That's 5.
No, you can do another one if you want.
Nope, that's all you get.
I haven't seen that one. No, because I haven't seen that one.
Well, it's Jimmy Cagney playing George M. Cohan, and it's basically it's a movie about vaudeville, and it's one of the great movies of all time.
Well, okay, but I know the song. You're like, it's a song. I'm like, really? Okay, you guys talk for the seconds that I have to sit with this.
Okay, Jamie, I think you and I should talk.
Let's do it, Conan. How old are your kids?
They're in their late 50s. I had them when I was 2 years old and 4 years old. My daughter is 21, and my son is 19.
So you're empty nesters?
We are empty nesters, and we're exploring that.
That's why you're sleeping in the guest room and watching.
Exactly.
Venturing to other rooms.
No, and we're starting to do that thing where we're like, what do we do? What do we? But I have to say it's very strange. I mean, our whole lives, my wife would get up, as you know, she would get up early and make the kids breakfast and make sure they had their lunches and all that stuff. And I think when she stopped having to do that this year, I think it freaked her out. It freaked her out.
Yeah.
And I could see that it was, when the kids call, I see her desperately trying to keep them on the phone to make the conversation go longer and longer and longer. And she, and I mean, I love them, but I can see how my wife is just maniacal about, one other thing. And they're like, Mom, we have to go. I have an exam. Just tell me how you're feeling emotionally about, so yeah, we're in that world.
Wow.
And I don't know, I don't know what's
Is she
going to
travel with you to some of your places? Does she
she already did. She went with me to Madrid. We did a show in Madrid, and it was that comes out, I think, next week, and it's with Javier Bardem. What's that? It's on Thursday. Javier Bardem joins me, and he's such a funny improv partner, and the two of us act like idiots. And she came with me on that one because she was like, Javier Bardem.
She's like, I will be on that trip. Thank you.
I will be on that trip. And then she, but we had a really lovely time because we decided to get there a couple of days before I started shooting, which I've never done before. And the two of us just walked around as a couple because you know how you get out of coupledom when you have kids? You're just putting out fires all the time and managing things.
Yeah.
We were strolling around and going into little shops and eating dinner together, and we walked.
Wow.
And it was just really lovely. That was great.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you guys that you had that moment.
And that was it. Once that trip was over, I knew the marriage was dead.
Yeah. Well,
time to call
went
it.
out with a bang. That's great.
I say get out on a high. So the minute I had that great trip,
amen.
And it's time. I'm on Hinge.
I've got you. I've got you.
One of them?
Sort
Hinge?
of.
Oh, I'm asking my assistant. Is that actually one of them? Bumblebee.
Yeah,
I'm on Bumblebee, Hinge.
Aren't they dating apps?
Yeah.
These are dating apps.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, she's got her
What's the one
answer.
that's just for celebrities? What's that one?
Raya.
Oh, I gotta get on Raya.
Let's all just, oh my God, you guys, let's make a pact. We'll just go on there with different names.
Yes.
And see what kind of hits we get.
Well, you gotta get recommended and accept.
I'm gonna put this hat on. I'm gonna go on. I'm putting this hat on and I'm going on Raya.
Oh, I like the bang on your right side.
As Connor McGee. And I'll say I'm a, and we'll see what happens.
I wish you could see. I want to take a picture. No, put that back on.
Yes,
put that back on because
this is with a headset too.
There you go.
So that's why it's popping up so much. But let's understand something. You can say this as women. This guy, that's a thirst trap right there.
There it is.
There's no denying it.
So much head count coming your way.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Allison, I'm talking to your producer now. I don't understand half the cool terms they're using. And I just
see it on the
lost.
TV programs. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Based on what I felt, if you stop moving, you're going to have to see yourself. And there was a part of yourself that you're not willing to look at and not willing to sit with because it might make you cry a little bit too much for your comfort. And by playing these characters, because I think you've been playing characters your whole life, your masks, your makeup, your whatever, it has allowed you to not have to go to that place. And there's something in there that's real, real fucking deep. It's a little kidney bean way down deep inside your soul that you don't have to deal with, because fuck it, you're old, so who cares anymore? But
hey, wait a minute. I want this kidney bean removed, and I want to examine it.
That's all I'm saying.
First of all, I think you're probably 100% correct. And to quote Andy Richter once said to my wife,
Dandy Dichter
once said to Liza, "What is he running from?" Because I work all the time, and it was while I was doing a comedy bit where I ran across the United States of America, and I wore hard shoes instead of sneakers, and tore up my feet and tore up my hips, doing this comedy bit that I had thought of and insisted on really trying to run across most states and shooting it, all for a 3.5-minute bit. And Andy turned to my wife, and when it was airing, and said, "What is he running from?" And she was like, "I don't know." So I am not denying it.
Maybe later today you'll get quiet in the garden, and I don't know.
I need a garden first.
Okay.
There's no garden.
I'm sure you have a fucking garden, Conan O'Brien.
No, there's no garden. Just there's lots of statues of me.
Put your hand over your heart tonight and just ask. Just ask.
Ask.
And you know what? I never like to talk to that part of myself, because I know that I'm going to just cry until I can't stop crying. But sometimes it's good to just, I don't know, go,
Be good to cry.
And then put all the feelings back down into your trauma hole, and then go on and be funny.
Okay, let's not talk about my trauma hole. That's very invasive.
We have so many holes of trauma.
Okay.
And yes, you can use that however you would like to use it.
I think I've come out of this podcast worse than when I came into it.
How are you feeling? Yeah, I was going to say.
I feel traumatized.
In your trauma,
but in a good way. I think I've been traumatized in a good way.
We groomed you right before we beat the shit out of you, you know? That's what we do.
I'm looking at the arc of this podcast, and I think you two are geniuses. It was like, oh, Conan, you're so great, and you're so wise, and you're so cool. And then it ends with trauma hole, kidney bean of self-loathing. You're old. Yeah, you suckered me in.
You have no garden.
You have no garden. You suckered me in, and you chewed me up, and you spit me out. You two are witches.
Yep. And we have one more witchy thing that is fucking crazy. So,
well, go ahead.
You can explain it. No, you explain it. Okay. Let's not argue about this, Jamie. Seriously, just fucking explain it.
Jamie, just do it.
I was just going to say, because we usually end it, and I pick a card, this random card from this weird deck of quotes that I have. Mm-hmm. It usually pertains to the episode. We'll see. But before I do that, I will say, thank you so much, Conan O'Brien, for coming on this podcast, being so generous with your time. We do really love you. We are huge fans of you and everything you do. Thank you for all that you put out into the world. Can't wait to see what you continue to do. It really means a lot to us.
Well, listen, I love both of you. I consider us real friends, not just fake friends. And I'm here, and let me know how I can be of help, because I care about both of you.
Thank you.
He looks like Simon Le Bon right now. Do you see that?
I know. Look at it's because this thing is pushing my hair down, and no, I don't look like he has.
Okay, so it looks like
the bangs are back.
There's a blazer. Okay, you guys have to understand. Are you seeing it right now? The blazer, that's not a blazer. It's the chair.
It's just a jean jacket.
No, I know, but you have to understand. I'm going to send you the picture.
It looks like he has it looks like you have a strong shoulder.
Okay.
I'm very virile, and I have the torso of an Apollo.
Yes, clearly. Who else could pull that off?
Michelangelo's David.
So listen, Conan, the card thing is crazy, because it's like we don't look at them before. Okay, that's all you need to know.
It's here. And at the end, we say, and so it is, as an affirmation. Ready? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, well, here we go. If I have been of service, if I have glimpsed more of the nature and essence of ultimate good, if I am inspired to reach wider horizons of thought and action, If I am at peace with myself, it has been a successful day.
I love that.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
If you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.